Imagine a world where singing wells are gone from rooms, where the single animal, a predator, could literally change the course of rivers. Sounds impossible, right? But in Yellowstone National Park, when wolves were removed, the rivers actually shifted by the rivers. Then, when wolves were reintroduced decades later, the rivers began to stabilize and return to their original courses. How can one species have such a profound impact, reshaping not just animal populations, but the very landscape itself? Everything is a system. From the smallest cell to the largest ecosystem, everything is interconnected. Today, for grade 10 students, we're diving into the Yellowstone ecosystem to understand how the reintroduction of wolves created a cascading effect, transforming the entire park. According to Dr. R.S. Thorne, a leading ecosystem dynamics specialist, the story of Yellowstone's wolves is a perfect example of a trophic cascade. He explains that when wolves were removed, the elk population exploded, overgrazing young trees and shrubs, especially near rivers. This wasn't just about direct predation. It was also about the ecology of fear. When wolves returned, elk changed their grazing habits, avoiding vulnerable areas. This allowed vegetation to recover, stabilizing riverbanks and creating new habitats, ultimately raising the ecosystem's carrying capacity for many species. It shows how top predators influence not just prey numbers, but entire landscapes. In our model, we'll examine 5 key components that reveal this intricate dance. Predator pressure, the intensity of wolf hunting, is an external input that directly impacts the ecosystem. Then we have 4 internal outputs. Population size, representing the number of elk. Food availability, the amount of vegetation for them to eat. Habitat area, the total viable ecosystem supporting the food web. And extinction risk, the probability of species disappearing locally. Let's look at how these components interact. First, predator pressure has a negative relationship with population size. More wolves mean fewer elk, both from direct hunting and the ecology of fear that changes elk behavior. Next, population size has a negative relationship with food availability. A larger elk population eats more, reducing the available vegetation. Finally, food availability has a positive relationship with habitat area. More healthy vegetation means more stable riverbanks and more diverse habitats for countless other species. When roles disappeared, this delicate balance was thrown off, leading to overgrazing and significant habitat loss. Now, build your Yellowstone trophic cascade model. What if we increase predator pressure by introducing more wolves? What happens to the elk population and the river health over time? Or what if a disease suddenly reduces the elk population by half? How would that impact food availability and habitat area? Understanding these complex systems can lead to fascinating careers. Wildlife ecologists study interactions between species and environments, managing ecosystems and designing conservation strategies, earning between $50,000 and $95,000 a year. Or become a conservation biologist, specializing in endangered species and ecosystem recovery, with salaries ranging from $55,000 to $100,000 annually. Everything is a system. Model it, build it, simulate it, understand it. Visit ModelIt K12.com.